2025 has been an absolutely wild year. It's been wild for both insanely good reasons and really heavy reasons. I don't know, I've been able to experience so much this year, and I've been able to grasp what I thought wasn't actually possible for the longest time. For those who don't know, my freelance work is helping creators and businesses grow their social medias. I do lean more towards YouTube, but I do Instagram as well. And it's through video editing, storytelling, content pillars, all of that lovely stuff. And that led me on the journey starting 2025 with a pretty big bang. This year, I started out celebrating my partner's birthday in Sydney, taking some absolutely awesome photos using the Shure 85mm f1.4 Aurora lens, which they sent to me and I now get to keep. That's absolutely wild. And it is my favorite lens. It is hands down my actual favorite lens. And then we ended up going to New Zealand. Went to New Zealand for a wedding on my own. Had a lovely time over there. Spent 2 weeks over there just kicking about, exploring, seeing some cool places, and taking a lot of photos. And once I came back from New Zealand, this is where things got incredibly difficult, but also insanely good. As I mentioned before, my freelance work is helping creators grow their social media. Again, specifically around YouTube. I lost one of my biggest clients, and that left me in a bit of a sticky situation, but also somewhat of a blessing in disguise. Because of losing one of my biggest clients, that meant I had a heap of free time. And a friend of mine, Hayden Pedersen, well, we'd been talking about working together for a long time. And that's when I decided to make the move to Melbourne. It was a real emotional experience, and it wasn't without its drawbacks, because at that time I was there for 2 weeks, came back for 2 weeks, and then I was back for I think 2 days before I had to fly back up here because my dog had passed away. Now, Louis still is the bestest boy. He's been in a lot of my videos over the last 6 years, and my God, losing him was rough. It's 6 months on, and just celebrated the first Christmas without him, and it didn't feel right. It didn't feel like Christmas. It didn't feel like home, you know? And so obviously work has to continue. So I flew back to Melbourne and started working more and more with Hayden. But there's some stuff I can't go into. And long story short, I was there for 5 months, and I ended up having to move back in with my partner's parents. That defeated me a lot more than I care to admit. During the time hanging and working with Hayden, I got to experience a life that I thought was completely untouchable. I got to experience what it is like to be a full-time creator with nothing to worry about except for creating. And it was stressful, it was frustrating, and there was just so much happening, but it was so much fun. It got me out of my comfort zone. I met so many awesome people, so many people that I look up to, and I made some new friends out of it too. And man, like, it really propelled me forward. And coming back to the Central Coast, coming back to Sydney, there was the realization that my problems that I had beforehand, really doing this as a solo creator, Melbourne made me realize that it doesn't matter if I have people around me or not. If you have a goal, it needs to get done. And coming back here with that new mindset really did change a whole lot for me. It overhauled something in here, because before moving to Melbourne, I wouldn't say I was depressed, I was stagnant. I was moving, but not forward. It was just running in place, doing the same thing, and expecting the same result. Well, it turns out that was building me to learn the lesson of just do it. It's got to get done, so do it. And don't let anything else stand in your way. That was huge. That was huge. It wasn't huge because it was a groundbreaking revelation. I kind of knew already that by moving to a new place, my problems weren't going to go away. They were just going to be slightly different. I just didn't realize they would have been identical, whether I was there or here or, overseas or anything like that. A new location is pretty, but you still have those same problems. What I realized is that if I don't do it, it's not going to get done. Another lesson that has been learned has been putting in the fucking work, putting your head down and getting shit done. I've been doing 12-hour days for 3 months straight, and it has shown me that I can work when I need to. For a long time, I was worried that I was taking things too relaxed, but I didn't want to extend any more energy because, 2021, 2022, I burnt out. I burnt the fuck out really badly. Really, really badly. And I didn't want those same things to repeat. But here I am, like 3-4 years later, and doing 12-hour days consistently for 3 months straight, knowing that I can actually get the work done. That's huge. That is a huge milestone. And now that I have some time off to reflect, I want to be able to continue this into 2026, and I want to set a couple of goals for myself. The goals I want to set for 2026 are short form content every single day and one long form video a week. That's scary to me. That is really scary to me, especially because I only want to be able to smash it out in 2 days. It means dead easy content that can just be done, very easy, minimal effort. The mindset that I want to propose for 2026 is budget gear plus skills outweighs better gear. You will be a better photographer if you have a budget mindset and you work on your skills. Whether that's post-production or whether that's your physical skills with a camera, if you focus on those two things, you will be a better photographer. I've got cameras and I've got content hopefully coming very soon to kind of move that forward. What else happened this year? I figured out that my anxiety that I have, the anxiety that I feel when I go and play shows and when I'm out and about is situational. I found myself being a lot more confident because of essentially just being like, okay, it's got to get done, so I've got to do the thing. And if it doesn't get done, then I don't eat or I don't have a video or client work doesn't get done or whatever, which is really eye-opening because I thought that I was going to have to be medicated for my anxiety, but it's not the case at all. My depression, on the other hand, has been pretty smooth sailing. Depression as a creator does hit very, very hard. Very, very hard. Especially when you have expectations of yourself that you just can't meet. I hold myself to a very high regard in terms of output and quality and stuff like that. But I think the thing that I need to realize is done is better than nothing at all. Fuck, even if it's 50%, it's better to get the thing out than it is to try and focus on getting it to 100% because the quality will come from the quantity. I think that that's a big takeaway that I've learned this year. I've really enjoyed talking to you. Been good company. 2026, I'm coming for you. You best be prepared. It is meant to be the year of the fire horse, which means movement, bold action, and all that lovely stuff. So I really hope that this year can be our year. I don't know how to end this, so I'm just going to end it. I love you. See you in 2026.